SEC Women's Soccer is sponsored in part by Regions Bank. Regions Bank our sponsor tonight, and Kentucky with a 1-0 win over South Carolina. How about taking a look at our Regions Bank play of the game? It was a first half goal that proved to be the difference in this one, as Aaron Gilliland able to get
Krecklow looking
to the originally scheduled program already in progress.
And we welcome you to action here on a Friday night. Missouri and Ole Miss tangle for the second time this season. Missouri, coached by Wayne Krecklow, looking for an 11th NCAA tournament berth in 13 years. He has been fantastic, along with Director of Volleyball Susan Krecklow to the right of your screen. Their starting lineup: Molly Krecklow, Lisa Henning were preseason picks, all SEC. They have been fabulous up front. Sarah Meister's done a great job coming in as libero through the start of the SEC season. For Ole Miss, they have a two-time Conference Coach of the Year in Joe Getson. He earned the honor in 2006, 2007. It's been a bit of a struggle for him this year. They're trying to get off a losing streak. Meanwhile, they will go with Kara Morgan. She is clearly their best player, but the athleticism of Tyra Laporte and the digging of Ashley Veach, two reasons, Phil Bush, why Mississippi feels they've got a chance tonight to pull the upset.
Yeah, they're a different team inside this building than they are anywhere else, and you would say that about any home team, but you particularly feel that Ole Miss really plays well in the Gillum Sports Arena, and this building has been improved remarkably over the last couple of years, and that's a great credit to the Ole Miss staff really supporting volleyball.
Ole Miss 14-5 overall, 6-3 in the SEC. Molly Krecklow will serve. The Tigers are in their traveling black. And Tyler Laporte puts it to the floor for the first point of the match.
And a right side attack that time. We often call about Allegra Wells on the right side. This time Laporte behind the center. And if this team passes, they are a danger to beat anybody on any given night.
Sunday in a loss against Georgia, Laporte put down 20 kills. Rally score volleyball, we played at 25, win by 2, except for the fifth set. If we get there, you play to 15. Laporte keeps it alive, free ball. Long rally, this would favor Ole Miss, and Ole Miss with a beautiful block at the net. Amanda Philpott, who's had a handful of triple doubles, gets the block there in a 2-0. Rebel lead. Long rally and nicely played by Ole Miss. They kept that ball alive. Some good digs in the back row by Ashley Veach. And interesting starting out. Momentum clearly with the Rebels at home. That block not able to be completed. Peltier earns the point for the Missouri Tigers, who are second in the SEC, hitting .269. That's 21st in the NCAA. And the Tigers on the board. They can be a very, very special team. Of course, once they have a ball in their hand, throw a butt bitter. A little bit of a thing with the ball people there, no big deal. Well, the ball kids wanted to hang on to it. Wow, solid swing by Nikita Clare, a freshman from Country Club Hills, Illinois. And again, going to the right side. This is what Joe Getson's been working on, getting his team to really attack more aggressively. And now they're also going to be, we'll see them serve more aggressively, I think, as well. This is Philpott on the serve, a senior from Cincinnati. That block slowed the attack down. That one wide, but it was touched by Missouri. So a 4-1 Ole Miss lead, and Ole Miss lost in 5 sets Sunday at Georgia. They lost the 4th set 9-25 and lost the 5th set 10-15. They were in good shape but could not seal the deal. Never came. Again, good defensive work by the Rebels, keeping the ball alive, and that is a very fast timeout called by Wayne Krecklow. Missouri calls for time, trailing 1-5. And Phil, Missouri comes into the match expected to be the better block team. But so far, Joe Getson has seen his side be the better block team.
Well, they're being very aggressive at the net, which is something he's worked on with his team all year long. And maybe tonight some of that work is paying off.
Phil, let's see how your work pays off as we check out the keys to victory.
Well, it'll be interesting for Missouri if they are able to have the offensive diversity they always have. That's it. And based on everything you'd see stat-wise, they're one of the best blocking teams in the nation. And their serve receive, which has been a bit struggling, is going to be a very key. And for Ole Miss, no surprise, it's about serving tough, and they're doing that so far. Redirecting the attack with the block, they're doing that as well. And winning the long rallies, I got to tell you right now, Ole Miss is doing all three of the things that I felt like they really needed to do to win this match.
Missouri's a very dangerous offensive team. They are big on getting kills. They are great at hitting. And they lead the SEC in blocks per set, but right now, Ole Miss has had the better of the defensive game so far.
Yeah, they really have, and it's going to be really interesting because, I mean, that's a very fast timeout taken by Wayne Krecklow there, but clearly he saw some things and said, guys, we don't want to get off to this kind of start on the road. First time in this building for the Tigers, and this is not the way you want to start your first time in anyone's building.
And again, if you're just checking into the action tonight, Missouri, Phil, is on the bubble for an NCAA tournament berth. Now, there's half of the conference season yet to play.
Right.
But in the NCAA RPI, Missouri's 48th. Auburn is 49th. They play on Sunday.
That will be a most interesting match because they'll both be thinking the same thing, is they need that win.
But you cannot overlook the Rebels. Phil Pott to serve.
Tough serve. Handled well.
Blocked beautifully by the Rebels.
Blocked again and kept alive.
Good dig on the back line. Another long rally.
And another block. Slow down. The redirection done by the Rebs.
A sweep over the top.
Double hit called against the Rebels. Won't be a real popular call with the home crowd, but probably not a bad call. But again, you see Ashley Beach in the back row bringing a lot of balls up for the Rebs. And if they keep these balls alive, they are very, very difficult to deal with.
Sarah Meisler, who switched to libero at the start of the SEC season with the serve and then the dig. Right side hit. And finally, Lisa Henning is able to elude the block of Ole Miss. Henning had been stoned the last 3 or 4 kill attempts, but not this time.
Well, great set by Krecklow, and then split the block beautifully. That was a great set by Krecklow.
Missouri trailing 3-5. Whoa, cross court. Beautiful swing by Claire.
Great dig. Excuse me, great pass by Beach in the back row.
Missouri trailing 3-5.
Fast, and the right side attack so far. I am pretty sure that Missouri did not see this right side effectiveness coming.
Deep serve by Morgan.
Back row attack.
Morgan's blocked, but Missouri can't get it back over. And there's Kara Morgan, the 6'1" junior from Pickens, South Carolina. 199 kills to lead the Rebels. Also 19 aces, and you talked about the need for Ole Miss to serve tough.
Absolutely, and we'll see how she comes out, but I got a feeling she's going to really be powering on the serve.
Wow, another great swing, and Ole Miss, Phil, I think, riding the energy somewhat of this crowd here.
Great crowd on hand at the Gillum Sports Center, and you see the outside attack beautifully splits the block, and everything is really working for Ole Miss right now.
These two teams met earlier this year, and Missouri won in straight sets in Columbia. Good off-pace chance by Whitney Little to put it away.
And Little not only a very, very effective blocker, that's, again, behind the center is where the Tigers like to attack, going right side.
Missouri trailing 4-8. Peltier puts it in play. That one, maybe a little bit, was it touched? Apparently it was not. A little bit of an adrenaline swing there.
I think it was, and I thought the back lines person might call a touch, but it wasn't. And this is the first time, I believe, that Missouri's put back-to-back points together.
That was Saini Moimoy who sent that one long. full swing. Ashley Anderson, senior out of Southlake, Texas. Only 32 kills coming into tonight's match, and Joe Getson has to be thrilled because he's getting contributions from everybody wearing red, white, and blue.
Yes, and again, right side on the attack one more time. And that short serve did not go, but you know what? The Rebels are going to be going for it in serve, and you're going to miss some things when you're going for it. This is the way it's going to be.
Rebels a 9-6 lead. Missouri on the serve. First set, best of 5 from Oxford, Mississippi. That one dug out nicely by Meister. And Ole Miss equal to the task. And finding some floor again.
But again, you know what Joe Getson's got to be the most thrilled about? His team is passing so well. They are able to stay in offensive system nearly every rally.
This is just the third set that Moy Moy has played all season long. A true freshman from Menlo Park, California, and she's risen to the occasion.
Free ball back to the Rebels.
And that one swept and just down. Oh, what a perfectly placed shot. And Phil, you have said it so often, the hardest place to cover is the deep corner.
What a shot by center Amanda Philpott. Just dropped it. She couldn't have placed the ball any better in the deep corner.
And a tough serve there, but unable to dig the Rebels.
Yeah, Whitney Little again with a power shot that time. And she is extremely strong and fast-paced serve. And when this team passes well, that being the Tigers, and their offense moves fast, it really moves fast.
Little is not little. She's 6'3".
Yeah.
And a huge presence at the net. Missouri blocks, but can't get it over. 12-7 now, Rebels.
Very, again, it's not now. I don't think Ole Miss is, I don't think Missouri's playing poorly at all. Please don't misunderstand me. It's just that Ole Miss has come out looking very effective in all phases of the game so far.
Evan St. Laurent with the serve.
That's a free ball.
Change of pace by Laporte. Great dig.
Dig by Beach. Oh, that's nice.
Blocked out off the swing of Emily Wilson, a sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska. She had 10 kills last Sunday against Mississippi State in a straight sets victory for the Tigers.
Yeah. Again, that's one of the rallies now starting to come a little bit easier for the Tigers, and they're going for the tough serves. And I thought that might drop in, but it did not.
Krecklow, who leads the Tigers with 19 aces. Molly is actually the niece of Wayne Krecklow.
Yes.
And Molly's dad, Mike, was a fabulous basketball player for the Neenah Rockets back in the day in Wisconsin, and actually went to play for the Wisconsin Badgers for a couple of years.
And there appears to be some confusion amongst. There's something going on behind the bench.
Here's Molly Krecklow. 29 assists, 12 digs against Mississippi State. 11 double-doubles for her on the season.
Second official having a conversation with the Gillum Center security. I'm not sure what that's all about, honestly, Pete, but conversation over. She's now in the second official now talking to Joe Getson.
It is very tight quarters here, which makes it very difficult for visitors.
Yes.
And Missouri making its first visit as a member of the SEC here to the Gillum Sports Center. Laporte tore her ACL in the preseason, so is redshirted, but they love her athleticism, not just long.
Not by much, but again, going for the serve is something the Rebels are going to do, and they know they're going to miss some, but you got to go for tough serves. You're playing against this Missouri Tiger team. You throw easy balls over, they're going to come firing back at you at 100 miles an hour.
Jade Hayes with the serve for the Tigers, who trail at 9-13. Quick sweep. Philpott's swing, not returned by the Tigers. Jade Hayes with the serve for the Tigers.
Looking, turning, and Philpott becomes an attacker just as fast as she is a setter. Beautifully done.
Transferred from Georgetown College, played NAIA volleyball. Tough serve there, just barely cleared the net.
Dug up by Beach.
blocked. The Rebels doing a great job at the net.
You know, I would have not believed that for a second that the Rebels would out-block this Tiger team, and we've been seeing it for the first 15 points of this match.
And that's why you play the game. Ole Miss, a surprising 15-9 lead over the Missouri Tigers. Set one, high energy from Oxford.
Ladies, why is your man watching this snoozer of a game? Because I'm on his fantasy football team. So he gets pretend points if we win or not. It's a guy thing. Like Dr. Pepper 10, with all 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper and just 10 manly calories, it's like a fantasy soda, but you can drink it.
Get in there, hot dog!
It's what guys want. Like scoring touchdowns with players that fake coaching. Woo! So close. So keep the reality TV and lady drinks. We're good.
Dr. Pepper 10, it's not for women.
The wheels of progress haven't been very active lately. But because of business people like you, things are beginning to get rolling. And Regions is here to help, making it easier with the expertise and service to keep those wheels turning. From business loans to cash management, we want to be your partner moving forward. So switch to Regions, and let's get going together.
One of the fraternities making its voice heard, and Ole Miss sounding their barbaric yawp with a 15-9 lead over Missouri. Our SEC Players of the Week: Christine Hartman, offensive; Ellen Mullins, defensive; and Laura Steiner, the newcomer of the week for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, there's some really good young talent in this league, but all three of those players have been near the top of their rankings in what they do. Extremely impressive. Ellen Mullins, member of what I call the great Mullins family of volleyball players. And I think it's really great to see these different names every week for Player of the Week, it seems like, in the SEC.
Great balance, great parity. Ole Miss, very, very strong in this building.
Yes.
And a kill for Lisa Henning. This year, Ole Miss, despite the fact they're 8-10 overall, they have won 4 of 6 matches at home. And since 2006, they've won 60 of 90.
Yeah, they are very good in this building. There's no doubt about that. Now, benching out of that second timeout, and that was all Wayne Kreklow's got. He can change things. That was a net violation on Missouri, so the ball goes back. And once again, Ole Miss going right back to the right side attack and scoring on it.
16-10, the Rebel lead for Kara Morgan.
This is going to go over. That's a back row block because the setter is back row for Missouri, and as soon as the ball contacts her hands and a blocker for Ole Miss, guess what happens? Point Ole Miss.
17-10.
Missouri has to pass better to stay in this game, and they're not doing it right now.
Veach with another dig. Right side. Oh, a beautiful touch shot. Finds some floor. Ashley Anderson.
Back to the right side, and guess what happened? That time they caught Missouri napping a little bit and did not, and Missouri just really looks very much out of sync.
Meanwhile, Ole Miss, Phil, has so many players playing well. Their shot placement has been fantastic.
Absolutely, and fans calling for back row block again, not going to get it.
Free ball. Right side swing, and Moi, I beg your pardon, is blocked.
First time we've really seen the big Tiger block really come to play. This time it was just a little bit too simple because everybody was waiting on her to swing that time.
Peltier to serve for the Tigers, who trail 11-18. Moi, there's a nifty looking shot.
Oh, right over the top of the block. And they have really caught the Tigers off balance. And now Missouri, Ole Miss clearly in the zone. They're up by 8 with 6 to go. Awfully tough to come back. Missouri's got to be focused on set number 2 right now.
Veach with the serve.
That was nice.
Yeah, well-placed shot by the Tigers.
Yes.
Whitney Little and Molly Kreklow there.
Well done that time. Smart play through the top, and then we call that playing through the net. Nice vision by the Missouri Tigers, finding a spot to put that ball. Wow.
Solid dig by, well, Peltier was trying to dig it, but we have heard about the athleticism of Laporte.
Put that ball. We just saw it way up in the air, right between the block, and that ball came down where it could not be dug.
20-12, Ole Miss with the lead.
Dug up again by Veach.
Veach will go over with this one.
Back row.
Well placed, Lisa Henning. That's why she leads the SEC in kills.
Front row, back row, doesn't matter. She is a great hitter and always seems to find a hole in the defense.
If Missouri has hopes of pulling out this set, this would be the time to get a run of points together. I'll tell you what, not if Ty Laporte has anything to say about it.
And again, it all comes down. Ole Miss is passing every ball so well. Their offense is looking like it hasn't looked all year, I don't think.
Ole Miss hitting 5-1-9.
Oh, there you go. You don't hit 5-1-9 and lose.
Good solid block by Krecklow. Earns the point for the Tigers.
Yes, and again, I still think this right now, Ole Miss has to be more focused on set number 2, because beating back Ole Miss now, being down by 7, is going to be pretty hard, but.
Dug by Meister. Good dig by the Rebels. Solid block, but out. Strong swing by Morgan again.
Morgan is really going well, and again, free ball passing, defensive work, and you don't really stop Morgan very often in that situation. Only 3 points away from set number 1 going to the Rebs.
Laporte with a serve.
Not well passed.
Good dig by Morgan. She'll take a swing and send it into the fraternity row.
Just a little looking for the high hands there, but smart blocking by Missouri. They didn't get caught with their hands out of position that time as well. Again, a very well-coached team, these Missouri Tigers.
Jade Hayes, a former high school national player of the year with the serve. Her team down 15-22. That one goes over, and Missouri can't return it. We had said that Kara Morgan really needed to carry this team. That's been true in some sense, Phil, but she has gotten help from everybody Joe Getson has put on the floor.
The offense for tonight, I don't think this team has had an offensive set of this caliber all year.
They had a 5-match winning streak earlier in the season, but that was non-conference play.
Right.
2 points away from the first set. That one's wide. Ole Miss at set point.
And listen to the Red fans.
Philpott serves for the set.
Tough serve.
Dug out nicely by Philpott. Veach, this is a free ball. Good dig by Krecklow.
Back to the right. Wow.
Just too much power from Lisa Henning.
Well, Lisa Henning shows you why she's going to be an All-American right there, because that was a dig. Her team really now, yeah, this set probably is over, but her team's thinking about set number 2 and not letting Ole Miss just run away with things.
Again, set point. Cross court. Dug well. That one down. Whitney Little finds some floor.
Now, the Tigers are starting to get their defensive act together now. It was a great dig, and that was by Henning again. And we talked about her being a 5-tool player. Nothing she can't do in a volleyball court.
There's the set. Morgan goes strong with the swing.
That ball wasn't coming back, Pete, and extraordinarily well played first set. by the Ole Miss Rebels. You can't ask for a better start to a match if you're Joe Getson.
Morgan with 4 kills, 25-17. The homestanding Rebels have given Wayne Krecklow a moment of pause. The Rebels take set 1.
So it's between this or the Honda Civic next door.
Okay, done. This one.
They say the Civic is the best-selling car in its class.
It's possible.
It also has this cool econ button that helps maximize fuel efficiency.
Oh yeah, this car has a lot of buttons. Get a defrost button, radio button, cruise control button, window button, wiper button, trunk button, super button, buttons inside of buttons, buttons controlling other buttons.
We're just interested in the econ button.
That's one button. This is a car with many buttons.
The Civic from Honda. 39 mpg highway and a way to help you make the most of it. Only a Honda is a Honda.
Well, Ingalls is an American-owned company, and we want to be a good steward of the community, and by maintaining a local product, we can help the local economy, and it helps everyone. My name is Keith Collins, and this is my Ingalls story.
This week at Ingalls, 5-pound bags, Green Giant Idaho potatoes, $1.98 each. Family packs, premium certified USDA choice beef cube steak, $3.28 a pound. 9 to 12-ounce bags, New England coffee, $4.48 each, and select Post cereals, 2 for $5. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
On Wednesday.
Hey, this is Kanika, and you're watching Sports South.
Ole Miss, a 25-17 victory in set number 1, hitting .421 against one of the best hitting teams and one of the best defensive teams in the Missouri Tigers. But Ole Miss never allowed Missouri to take the lead or even tie.
Missouri has to feel like they just got run over by a train in that first set, because they were never really, as you say, in danger of winning that first set. But it was all thanks to the Rebs. And you look at the stats, there it is. Ole Miss hit .421 for the set, and it wasn't just their hitting percentage. They got kills from everywhere. They also outdug a very good digging team and were even in blocks. You can't ask for a better start to a match if you're the Ole Miss Rebels.
What's interesting, Joe Getson has gone to a number of players. Yep. The blocks were spread up and down the roster. We saw contributions from Sene Moy Moy, who really had only played 2 sets. Yeah. Didn't play in the 5-set loss at Georgia. This was the best set hitting percentage-wise for the Rebels all year.
No, absolutely. And, again, a lot of it had to do with and something that Joe Getson mentioned to me earlier in the week. He's worked really hard on passing and keeping his team in system, because we saw there, when they're in system, the Ole Miss Rebels are as good as anybody we have seen in this conference.
Phil, what jumps out as the key to the first set success for Ole Miss?
The variety of attack points for the Rebels. They got kills everywhere. They got kills from every player in the front row, and also got a couple from their center, Amanda Philpott. They just got kills from everybody. 20 kills, only 4 errors. You play that kind of volleyball, you're going to beat some people pretty badly.
And those 20 kills were spread among 6 different players. Meanwhile, for Missouri, they got 4 each from Henning and Little, 1 each from Peltier and Wilson, but hit just 154. And this is a Missouri team that hits 269. That's second in the SEC. That's 21st nationally. So yes, it's not the result. If you look at this on paper, this first set would be an outlier.
Yes.
But you play in this building against Ole Miss, buyer beware.
Exactly. You better bring everything you got, because in this building, the Rebs are a special bunch of players. And for the Missouri Tigers to respond, they've got to adjust their defense and start picking up some of those right side attacks that Ole Miss has been putting down with scary regularity if you're a Tiger fan. They have been killing, just putting the ball down, consistently killed on the right side, have been Ole Miss Rebels.
St. Lauren with the serve for Ole Miss. Long, and the first point belongs to Ole Miss. Phil, this is a very, very young Ole Miss team. 7 freshmen. They do have 5 seniors. The middle classes aren't terribly well represented.
No, they're not. And it's always interesting when you've got that kind of mix to find out how much their team learns during the season. Well, it looks to me like they've learned an awful lot in the last few weeks. And a 4-hit kill that time on Ole Miss. 1 kill coming off the block. Fans don't like it, but Joe Getson not arguing about it, so no big deal. You move on, play the next point. Let's see how the serving goes for the Tigers. They've got to serve tougher.
Henning with the serve for the Tigers.
There's a better block.
Not well passed. Now this becomes a free ball. Nicely dug.
Oh, look.
Swept over.
Philpott tried to go that right side again.
And that one is long from Little.
No one touched it. The Tigers are in danger of starting to try to do what I call get the 5-point kill. You can't get kills at 5 at a time. You got to do them 1 at a time. And some of the Tiger players got to be careful they don't just start getting frustrated and swing too much.
Laporte.
Oh, man.
That was a tough serve.
That wasn't an ace, but it was good enough. Oh, my. Oh, my. Watch this serve going. You'll see a high toss, not that high. And boy, she got up in the air in a hurry. This is a great athlete, is Ty Laporte. Dug up again.
Beautifully placed shot. Nikita Clare. You look at Clare, a true freshman, Laporte, a redshirt freshman. So Joe Getson, yeah, it's senior and freshman. Freshmen are actually pretty doggone good.
Yes, they are.
Now given the opportunity, a 4-1 Rebel lead.
And Laporte is, well, she missed that serve, but you know what? Joe Getson will say, so what? We got 2 points off that serve that were unreturnable, really. They were completely took the Tigers out of their offense.
Whitney Little out of Texas, a sophomore, serves for the Tigers.
Nicely done by Kreklow. Little dump shot over the net, and Kreklow knew she had that. Typically what happens is coaches will tell setters when they've got that dump open in that rotation, Kreklow had that shot to make.
And the serve just a bit outside, as they say.
A bit outside. Good ice eyes by the Rebels.
Missouri on a 2-match winning streak. Ole Miss, meanwhile, has lost 4 in a row.
Free ball back. That's a lift called against the Rebels there. And again, Joe Getson not arguing. Just a tough play. The angle came really hard, so hard to bring that ball up. So again, we're at 5-4 now.
Kreklow on the serve for the Tigers. Blocked but out.
Kara Morgan. Boy, oh boy, is she a strong hitter. Sometimes you kind of get lost in how good a hitter she is because she's also a skilled hitter. That time flipped the block beautifully.
5th kill for Morgan. And a 6-4 Ole Miss lead. Morgan now on the serve. Block. There's Veach to dig it. Good set. And that one will not be returned.
Oh my.
Nikita Clare again. Block. There's Veach to dig it.
You know, it's good talking to Ole Miss earlier. This name didn't even come up in conversation. I mean, this is just truly a phenomenal freshman performance right now.
8 kills.
Wow.
Didn't even show up really in the stats as far as kills. More of a blocker than anything else. Gets a block there. 7-4, Ole Miss with the lead. Veach digs, and that one swept over. And that one just a little too much pace on it for Kara Morgan to be able to dig.
Yep, Kara Morgan got stuck there a little bit. So and she's still smiling as she gets up. Fortunately, didn't get hurt on that, and I thought she might have. But very tight second set here.
That one finds some floor. Ashley Anderson.
Right back to the right side go the Rebels. When they go right side so far, boy, oh boy, are they a scary-looking volleyball team.
These two teams met earlier this year. The Rebels did not get more than 19 points in any of the 3 sets in Columbia.
Yep.
They lead it 1-0. Killed by Lydia Ely, freshman from St. Louis, Missouri.
They're one of the young stars. This Tiger team is going to be so solid for another couple of years. They have got young players who are really, really going to be contributing.
That one was touched. Good swing by Moy Moy.
very smart swing. She knows she couldn't go as hard as she wanted. Just look for a hand. Hitters who are smart find a hand when they know they can't put the ball down. And that worked just as well as a straight down swing.
Saini Moimoy wearing number 8, a 5'8" freshman from Menlo Park, California. Very limited playing time, very athletic dig, and Moimoy pushes it over the net.
Nice.
And that one well placed by Missouri.
Yeah, that one goes down courtesy of Whitney Little. We haven't talked about her too much from the blocking perspective because she is an awfully special blocker. That's just a smart shot, very well set by Krecklow.
And a service error. Yes, Peltier was over the line.
Yes, she was. That was a good catch by our linesperson. So again, just an unforced error. You don't typically see a team like Missouri making very often.
We have had one tie in this match, and it came in this set. Missouri has yet to lead.
Wow.
And a sweep over the top by Molly Krecklow.
Very smart shot because she knew she probably, again, she knows in certain rotations she's got that more than others. And that time took advantage of the fact that she knew she had it. And the team, the Rebs were waiting on her to set.
Service error, Lisa Henning. 18 aces, second on the team, but that a service error.
Yep.
To bump the Ole Miss lead to 3.
I'm telling you, it's just almost like a repeat of set 1 all over again right now because the momentum is clearly with the Ole Miss Rebs. Oh, wow.
St. Laurent could not dig that one for Ole Miss. But if you want a treat, watch Ty Laporte serve for Ole Miss.
It's frightening to watch if you're an opposing coach.
Missouri down 2 and on the serve. And that one just long. Not by much. Good thought.
Really good thought by Philpott. She went to the deep corner, just had a bit too much on that one. So now we might see a tie. And the Tigers to maybe regain some momentum.
Little serves for the Tigers. And that one beautifully placed. Philpott, maybe not the first time, but the second time she finds some floor.
She went right back to the same shot she missed by ever so little. This time bent it over and look. Again, you can't put that ball, place that ball any better than she hits it in that situation.
And Philpott now on the serve. Phil, the shot placement, we talked about it in the first set, and that one blocked beautifully by Ashley Anderson. The shot placement for Ole Miss has been fabulous. Is part of that the home court advantage?
Oh, yes, it is, and a part of it's their focus on getting better. And then look at that block. You would expect that block to be coming from the Tigers, but instead the Rebels have really taken that to over so far.
That one blocked, but out.
Again, even when they're not getting the ball down, the Rebs are really making the Tigers think about every shot they swing at right now.
There's been very little in the way of clean kills for Missouri.
Yes.
And that one out.
Now, you know, interestingly enough, the Rebs have their libero in the middle of the lineup, Ashley Veach, and that serve was designed to get away from what they consider to be a better passer, Veach, and that serve missed and give a free point to the Rebels.
Kara Morgan with Ole Miss up 3, puts it down in the corner.
Oh my, I thought that serve was out too, I gotta be honest, I really did, but that serve died at the end of its flight and really went down, and once again, timeout call.
Timeout on the floor. Ole Miss a 15-11 lead. Kara Morgan leads the Rebels. Served 19 aces coming into tonight's match. Just inside the line. Ole Miss leads in the second set.
Whether it's Kevin's smartphone, Mom's smartphone, Dad's tablet, or Lauren's smartphone, AT&T has a plan built to help make families' lives easier. Introducing AT&T Mobile Share. One plan lets you share data on up to 10 devices with unlimited talk and text. Add a tablet for only $10 per month. AT&T.
There's a place in the heart of America where journalism was first taught and is reinvented every day. where feeding the world and sustaining its energy are top priorities, where medical discoveries improve the lives of people and their best friends. At the University of Missouri, collaboration drives innovation. We call it the Mizzou Advantage.
Ole Miss with a 1-0 lead and a 15-11 lead here in the second set at the Gillum Sports Center on the campus of the University of Mississippi. And Kara Morgan, third-year starter, 5 kills, 5 assists, 3 digs, and just served up her 20th ace of the season.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful, beautiful ace, too, right in the deep corner, the frustrating kind that, you know, somebody could have probably touched that, but they all thought it was out. It wasn't.
Morgan on the serve. Blocked and out. So Missouri was on the wrong end of a 4-1 Ole Miss run. Now 12-15, Wayne Kreklow's side will serve.
They really haven't created much off their serve today, though, Pete. Ole Miss has passed extraordinarily well.
Good right side hit. But a dig and a double hit.
Yeah, that one came off Kreklow's hands, but it really had an awful lot of spin on it. So our officials have been calling this pretty tight and tough, both sides.
In fact, Dan Apol, one of our officials tonight, was at the Olympics in London. Dig, but that's going to be in the crowd. Good attempt by Philpott.
Oh, yeah. Very good attempt. And again, the Tigers getting nothing easy offensively. They're having to earn every point they get.
Good dig by Kreklow. Setting it up for Henning. Ole Miss takes its turn. Dug by Meister for the Tigers.
Okay,
and put away by Little.
Now we're starting to see that Tiger offense. This has been the first consistent run of it we've seen so far in this match. The Tigers really look good that time. And, you know, you get Whitney Little up against almost any block in the SEC, the ball's going to go down.
Little up to 7 kills on the night. Attack in the middle. Solid effort. Coming up, Ashley Anderson.
That was actually from Moy Moy.
Okay.
That was an X-play run to perfection, and Moy Moy came from the right side into the middle that time. Beautifully done.
17-14. So whenever Missouri has made some inroads on the Mississippi lead, good solid swing on the outside. Jade Hayes with the kill. 17-15 now. Ole Miss's lead is 2. Ty Laporte.
Wow. There's not a block I know of is going to stop that shot. She's up in the air so fast, and she gets so high. Watch her coming right behind you, and look how high over the block she is. She's just that quick with her feet.
In South Carolina, she was a 3-time high school high jump champion.
Wow. And you can see the spring that she has getting up in the air.
Whitney Craven comes on, number 1 for Ole Miss. She will serve. And they're checking with Joe Getson if he wants to substitute here. Ole Miss has not trailed in this match so far, winning the first set 25-17. Lisa Henning, that's why she was picked all SEC before the season started.
Great set by Kreklow. Got her best hitter one-on-one with a block that time. And anytime, I've said it before, anytime you get a one-on-one situation, blocker and hitter, and it's one-on-one, advantage hitter.
Missouri down 2 points. Henning with the serve. Laporte again.
That time behind the setter again, and Boy, we are seeing the future of volleyball at Ole Miss, and its name is Ty Laporte.
In the 5-set loss against Georgia, she not only had 20 kills, Phil, she hit 515.
Oh, my.
And now with the serve, and her serving has been very tough tonight. And there gets a dig, doing a little bit of everything. Cross court, dug out nicely by Morgan. And that one just too much pace by Laporte.
Yeah, Laporte trying for a shot that time, but really just hit it. And she gets so high in the air, sometimes I don't think she realizes how far up she is and how much pace she puts on the ball. Very tight here in set number 2.
Little serves for Missouri. Morgan. Fortunate break. It caught the tape and fell over. A 20-17 lead now for Ole Miss. And a timeout taken by Wayne Kreklow and the Tigers. We had said at the top of the telecast, Phil Bush, this is a big weekend for Mizzou. Maybe looking ahead a bit to Auburn. Remember, Missouri on the NCAA tournament bubble. Still a lot of volleyball left to be played. Mizzou checks in at 48th in the RPI, Auburn at 49. You really want that win on Sunday, but you know you can't afford a hiccup anywhere as you start this 4-match road trip.
Yeah, you can't, and you do not walk into the Gillum Sports Arena and overlook the Ole Miss Rebels. And Ty Laporte has really opened my eyes. I knew she was good, but here she goes up in the air. Big, hard swing, and she comes back and comes right back and plays defense out of that play, which turns into a big point for the Rebels. And I tell you, like I said, the future of Ole Miss volleyball, his name is Ty Laporte.
Interesting, Phil, I think the psychology of these two teams, because Ole Miss really just playing to get better.
Yes.
Playing with really nothing to lose but everything to gain. Meanwhile, Missouri, you're on the bubble. You've had the NCAA tournament experience.
Yes.
You're in your first year in the SEC. Is it fair to say Missouri may be a little tighter than Ole Miss?
I think so. I think right now, I think it's very tight to say, because we haven't seen a string of points from the Tigers really at all. We've seen 1 or 2 maybe, and then the Rebs come back and snap that and get right back on running their offense again.
Rebels still hitting 381. Mizzou at 224. And the Rebels 5 points away from a 2-0 lead that I don't even think the most optimistic Ole Miss volleyball fan would have predicted.
Not at all. Still very tight here in set 2. Not passed well, though.
Dug by Veach. Morgan finds some floor.
She found the last inch of floor. What a great shot by Morgan after the dig by Veach, and another great set by Philpott. This is just a smart hitter knowing I can't get exactly where I want, but I can use all 900 square feet, and she used it all.
Philpott with the serve. Dug, and then put down emphatically by Lydia Ely.
That was nicely done. That ball was, Ely put that about as straight down as you can put a ball straight down. Free ball over. Every point critical now for the Tigers.
Ely at 6'6", massive presence at the net. That one pushed over. Meister with the dig. And this is going to be tough. Veach digs, free ball. Ole Miss gets it done.
Free ball back to the Rebs.
See if they get a big right side swing. Change of pace shot. Nope. Dug up by Ely.
Back row.
Just inside the line for Mizzou.
Not by much, but that was another shot by Henning in the back row. And Henning can swing and contact anywhere on the floor. You do not. Look at the great chase by Veach, keeping that ball alive somehow. And then eventually, oh, wow.
Morgan pushes it over. Blocked. Solid at the net. Claire with the rejection. 22-19 Ole Miss.
I didn't see that one coming, because I really thought that the Tigers were on a bit of a roll there. They could have gotten to point 20 and been within 1 point, but not anymore. It's the Rebs by 3 with 3 to go.
First to 25. 2-point margin necessary.
Dug up.
Dug up. Hit the light.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's just an unlucky break on both sides. It's going to happen once or twice per match to either team. And Joe Getson kind of laughing about that because nobody did anything wrong on that play.
22-20, Rebels with the lead. Jade Hayes serves for the Tigers. Ashley Anderson puts it away for the Rebels.
I tell you, I don't know where this offense has been for the Rebs all year, but boy, oh boy, when you pass, it's amazing what good things happen in volleyball. They have really, really brought it all tonight.
Rebels 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. Dig by Veach, but couldn't get any elevation on it.
Yep, nice dig by Veach. Touched it, just couldn't put it up where it could be played. Critical, every point now, so critical for the Tigers.
Meister with 11 aces to her credit. Free ball. Set. Moy got it down inside the line.
I thought she might have missed that one, Pete. It wasn't much, but for an inexperienced player, she really doesn't play like it right there. She didn't have a great set. She was behind her and said, I'm going to tip it over and see if I can find line, and she did.
Ole Miss at set point in the second set. And the second set belongs to Ole Miss off the serve from Rachel McLemore, a senior from Driftwood, Texas. Joe Getson's side, a 2-0 lead. Ole Miss hitting .386 in the first 2 sets of this match, trying to snap a 4-match losing streak. The Rebels have not won a match since they swept South Carolina at South Carolina on September the 30th. But they're 4-2 at home. They have historically been strong here at Gillum Sports Center, and even though the RPI is not there, it has been an inspired effort, as right now Phil Bush is standing by with Rebel coach Joe Getson.
Joe, what an amazing couple of sets your team has played.
I think we've done a really nice job of just executing the game plan and staying within ourselves.
You talked to me earlier in the week about really improving your passing, and boy, it sure looks like your team is passing so well tonight.
Well, like I said, we've worked hard on it all week, and they're doing a nice job with it.
And your right side attack has been spectacular.
Ashley Anderson has stepped up and done a really nice job for us.
Well, what do you say to your team going into the halftime now?
0-0, and we start over. I mean, I think that's the big thing, is we just have to start from the beginning and, 1 point at a time.
Okay, so thanks a lot. Good luck.
Ole Miss was swept by Missouri earlier this season. Right now, it is the Rebels with a 2-0 lead here in Oxford. A powerful display of volleyball by the home team. Stats, highlights, SEC news and scores, and more.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Prometheus has landed.
If you're going down there, you're going to die.
Have small beginnings. Prometheus. Movies start at Channel 125.
Key issues, DC doings, election 2012. Brent Baer has you covered, delivering the hot topics impacting America.
Do you believe that high gas prices are the president's fault?
I'm blaming the Republicans.
At least we're saving the system.
We'll get back to volleyball in a second. Oxford. Pete Pranica, Phil Bush. Phil, this is not what we expected after 2 sets, particularly because Missouri would be playing with a sense of desperation currently on the NCAA berth bubble.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see where we are right now, because this Ole Miss team, as Joe Getson told me, they've worked so hard during the week on the things that are important to them, and boy, is it paying off tonight.
Well, Missouri may be playing a little more tightly. Ole Miss, they're playing free and easy.
They really are, and you see right there, Missouri is on the bubble, And this is not a match that they can afford to drop, but they're looking for a couple of more big wins in the SEC season. Maybe against a Kentucky or Florida, they can ill afford to come in to the Gillum Sports Center and lose this match.
Meanwhile, Ole Miss has played a total team match. We talked about Kara Morgan needing to play maybe the best match of her life. Well, there are a lot of people for Ole Miss playing the best matches of their lives.
They really are. Their hitting right now is absolutely off the charts. They've only made 7 hitting errors and had 34 kills. You can't do that in practice usually, and that's how good this Rebel team has been playing offense tonight.
Ole Miss has lost 5 of their last 6 matches. Meanwhile, Missouri's won 3 of their last 4. Roles reversed. Ole Miss with a 2-0 lead.
Freedom is not free, and when courageous ones sacrifice self to preserve it, a hero's welcome they deserve. The SEC proudly supports Lakeshore Foundation's Operation Lima Foxtrot. This year-round sport and recreation program helps restore injured military and their families back to healthy, active, and independent lives.
Lakeshore Foundation helped me enjoy life again.
Join the SEC in showing your support. Visit lakeshore.org and give generously to those who've given so much for us.
Tomorrow, it's a big college football doubleheader on Fox Sports South. At 3, Georgia Tech battles Boston College. Then at 7, Georgia looks to bounce back big against Kentucky. It all starts tomorrow at 3 on Fox Sports South.
Highlight Factory, here we come. We think it's time for a little meet and greet with you, the fans.
Sunday, we'll be celebrating the new season at the Hawks tip-off event at Phillips Arena.
Watch the Hawks open practice and stop by to say hi.
We'll see you there.
Pete Pranica and Phil Bush at a very loud Gillum Sports Center. Ole Miss a 2-0 lead against the Missouri Tigers. At the top of the telecast, we talked about Kara Morgan, their leading scorer. She needed to come up big. Well, she has in the first 2 sets, but that's only part of the story.
Boy, I'll tell you, there have been so many players who played so well. Morgan is still their go-to player when they've got to have a kill to stop a rally. But this young lady has opened a lot of people's eyes tonight. She is the future of Ole Miss volleyball, because she is a great athlete, great hitter, and when she's on top of a ball, when she goes right side like this, there's no stopping that shot. None.
Fantastically athletic player, great vertical. Ole Miss hitting 386. Folks, they hit under 200 for the season. They are out assisting, out digging, and they are out blocking the Missouri Tigers, which is a huge number because Missouri, the best blocking team in the SEC.
And one of the best blocking teams in the country, and right now it's been all Ole Miss. And that second set was a time where an Ole Miss team might have kind of slipped up a little and gone back to their old ways. But their systems they have been putting in place and working on have really paid off for Joe Getson and his team so far.
Question on the table. Can the Rebels seal the deal, or can Missouri rally from 2 sets down?
Regions has lots of ways to make your banking more rewarding, like checking and cashback rewards. With mobile banking, now you can see offers right on your phone, showing you the places where you could earn cash back on purchases with your check card. So you can take advantage of great offers, whether you're here, or here. Come to Regions. It's a simpler way to bank, and a simpler way to earn cash back on everyday purchases. And maybe some not so everyday purchases.
I got a stork.
Good choice.
The Toyota Camry has never settled for second best. Its numbers have always stood out from the pack. And if you think it's better than the competition on paper, wait till you get it on the road. The one, the only, Toyota Camry. Redefining the class once again.
Right now, get 0.9% APR for 5 years on the 2012 Toyota Camry.
Ole Miss with a 2-0 lead on Missouri, 25-17, 25-21. The Rebels had an incoming freshman class rated 23rd best in the nation. 3 of the top 100 players in the nation signed on to come to Oxford. We'll have a quick visit with Missouri head coach Wayne Krecklow in a moment. 10 NCAA appearances in their last 12 seasons. One of the best hitting teams in the nation. Their coaches with Phil Bush.
Coach, a very, very difficult first two sets for your team. What'd you talk about between your players?
Got to serve and pass better. Right now, they're in system all the time. They're passing at about 2-6 as a team, which we can't do. So we've got to toughen up serves, try to keep them out of system. We've got to pass better. I thought offensively we did better in game 2, but we got to slow them down, and we got to start with the serve.
Okay, Coach, thanks very much for your time. Good luck. And that's Wayne Krecklow. Serve and pass.
It's all about the fundamentals. Missouri trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for an 11th time in 13 seasons. Krecklow has done a magnificent job coaching there the last 8 seasons. Susan Krecklow coached the 5 before that. The last 3 seasons, Missouri's 57-29. And they will start the action here in set number 3, and Veach with a missed dig.
With an ace. First one of those that the Tigers have put down. So he talked about it. Serve and pass. Doesn't get more basic than that for a coach.
It's also the first lead for Missouri tonight. Ace, then an error from Peltier.
You know, it's an interesting trade-off, and a lot of coaches, they get mad at players and they miss serves, but when you're dealing at this level of volleyball, you've got to go for it on serve. And speaking of going for it, look who's back. Oh.
And Lisa Henning puts that one down to the floor.
With authority, I might add. Lisa Henning playing a little bit of angry volleyball, and for great players, split the block perfectly that time. They can get away with that because they're that good.
Set the school record for kills a year ago. Wow, quick sweep shot over the top by Philpott.
Beautiful shot by Philpott, just really smart. Knew that elbow was tight. She could have set that ball. And Little even thought she might go up and do that, and still Philpott put it down. Wow.
Third on the Rebels with 119 kills coming into tonight's match. Oh, good dig. Strong outside hit, Emily Wilson. She had 10 kills against Mississippi State, hit 391 in the straight set victory last Sunday, and Missouri back to the lead.
And we haven't said that very often at all, have we?
Well struck, Nikita Clare.
Right back to the right side again, and boy, oh boy, this Rebel team has really, really come to play tonight. Everything they're doing offensively, and you heard Wayne Krecklow talk about it, they've been in system all night.
Clare with 9 kills and 11 swings, and that one was put down by Ely.
Nicely done by Ely.
Ely's mother and grandmother were Missouri Tigers. Krecklow on the serve. That's long.
Not that close either, and sometimes when you're going for tough serves, you gotta really kind of hold yourself back a little bit, because you miss them, well, bad things happen.
The one thing that Wayne Krecklow has to be happy about is that Ole Miss hasn't raced out to a lead here, 4-4. You're in contact.
Yes.
And now 5-4 Missouri.
Well, the offense clearly looks better so far starting out this third set than they did in sets 1 and 2. So again, this Missouri Tiger team coming back from a couple sets down, that is not difficult for them. They can do that.
Dug by Meister, and Ely puts another one down.
Yes, the fact they were able to get a piece of that shot in the first place was well done by the Tigers. Smart shot. Ely, with her second kill.
And 4th of the match. Big block in the middle by the Tigers. Swinging wide. Meister dug that one out for the Tigers. Beautifully placed shot by Moy Moy.
Oh, man. You never would know she hasn't played all that much the way she plays, but that's just a smart shot. She did not have a great set. She's way outside. She got a big block, and she just says, I think I can tip it over the top of the block. Wow.
And doing it right in front of Meister, who's one of the best diggers of the volleyball in the conference.
Absolutely.
And Ely's having herself a big set as Missouri reclaims the lead at 6-5.
Well, there's a lot of young talent on the floor right now on both sides, and it's really interesting to see what happens, but very tightly matched teams right now.
Meister on the serve for the Tigers. Blocked but out.
You're just not going to slow that down unless you get on top of it. And I don't think anybody here can jump high enough to get on top of Ty Laporte. I just don't think they can.
Ty Laporte, redshirt freshman from Irmo, South Carolina, had 20 kills against Georgia in a 5-set defeat on Sunday. And Missouri starting to feel like they still can take this match. And one of the better hitting teams, one of the better blocking teams. And Phil, very few hitting errors, 6th fewest in the country.
Yes.
And there's no defense for that. Laporte again.
Her right side attack this time. A great set by Philpott, because that was just popped up to where she could barely touch it. She goes down below, and Laporte just splits that block perfectly.
7th kill for Laporte. But then a service error.
And now we see Henning in the back row, and her serve can cause some damage as well.
18 aces to her credit.
Not passed well, one of the first times. But still, the Rebels find a way. Even without a great pass, the Rebels still put the ball down, thanks to Morgan.
Sarah Morgan up to 8 kills.
Not passed well at all, but Morgan, that's what you call being an experienced hitter who split that block very nicely.
Philpott serves, trying to get the Rebels into a 9-all tie. Phil, it is a cliche in sports finding a way to win. So far, Ole Miss has found a way to win, but Krecklow over the top scores for Missouri.
Well, that's something that setters dream about doing, is going over on one like that when they're front row, and Krecklow knew she had to go up and become a blocker real quick, and she did a very nice job of it.
Took advantage of the freshman Claire at the net. Solid block. Doug, there's Veach. Morgan, blocked back but out.
Morgan has been unstoppable because she's such a smart hitter. Yeah, she knows she's got a big block in front of her. The angle she hits at, though, in most cases makes it very hard to block her. She goes for the high hand there, and, you know, Lydia thought she had that one, but not quite.
Dug by Morgan, but that is out.
Not bad. Again, very tightly contested set right now. Set 3 looks like, I'm sure that Missouri would have liked to have had set 1 look like.
Krecklow. Point to Missouri.
Yeah, it never came. Hit the antenna on the way over. It's automatically Missouri's ball. So now Missouri with a 3-point lead.
Their largest advantage of the night. It doesn't seem, to my eyes, that Missouri's serving all that tough.
No, they're going for short serves. And the reason for it is because their theory now is that it will take Ole Miss out of their passing, and so far, to some degree, it has, and Joe Getson says enough.
Well, Phil, I've got a question for you, and you have time to think during this break. What's the difference between sets 1, 2, and now 3? Think about it. We'll get your answer when we come back. Missouri enjoying their first lead of the night here in set number 3.
Every day at Golden Flake, it all starts with a special premium potato that longs for something more. More flavor and more crunch. Seeking a life of delicious variety and guaranteed freshness in every chip and every bag. That's what Golden Flake brings to the table. For us, these are the good times. Finding our way to your neighborhood grocery and into your basket headed home. Turning potatoes into the life of your party. Golden Flake, the South's original potato chip.
Missouri riding the strong play of Lydia Ely here in set number 3, a 13-9 lead. She's a freshman from St. Louis, was the number 4 recruit in the state, stayed at home.
Yes, she did. What you might know is that St. Louis is definitely a hotbed of volleyball, and she has come out here in set number 3 and really given her older teammates a big boost.
Coming into tonight's match, Ely only had 23 kills for the season. That one just a bit long. A look to the up official, but Morgan's swing landed centimeters long of the line. 14-9 Missouri. And there's another one of those short serves.
Yes.
Good dig. Handled well over the top by Claire. Point for Ole Miss, but still, Rebels trail by 4 here in the third set. Phil, what's been the biggest difference between the first 2 sets and the third? Because in the first 2, Missouri didn't even sniff the lead.
Aggressive serving by the Tigers. They have just really worked at taking the Rebs out of their offense.
And that one was touched.
May have been going long, but touched on the way by.
Henning with the swing, and Missouri on a 5-1 run for a 15-10 lead. This, the second and final meeting between these two teams. Earlier this year, the Rebels were swept, not getting more than 19 points in a set. Tough angle shot, handled nicely. Back row attack, dug out by Krecklow. Tigers go wide and putting it to the floor.
This smells like we're going to be here for a while, Pete, because the Tigers look more like the Tigers we maybe kind of expected. Aggressive serving. They mix it up well on offense, and some of the young players for Missouri really helping out.
Meister with the dig, and then the hammer leveled by Ely.
Ely is really looking like she's getting her a chance to really show what she can do, and you see that she's doing it. And again, now Missouri clearly in command here in set 3. But not just yet.
Kara Morgan with the put away.
Morgan can attack from anywhere in this building and be effective. That's how smart and good a hitter she is. That's a back row attack. She splits the block and finds the open floor.
Tiger lead is 6. And Ely continues her strong play.
Ely is on fire, and so what I'm doing right now, if I'm Molly Krecklow, is I'm looking for number 10, and if number 10 has a chance to swing, I'm letting her swing because she feels it right now.
Ely's career high is 7 kills. She's got 7, so she's tied that. That one long. Meister will serve, but it'll come after an Ole Miss timeout. The Rebels trailing 11-19. The Missouri run now 9-2.
Yes. Well, it's clear that these Tigers really went into the locker room between that set break of sets 1 and 2, and Wayne Krecklow talked to us and said focusing on some tougher serving, taking Ole Miss out of their offense, and clearly here in set number 3, his team has done exactly what he asked them to do. Serve tough, and serving tough sounds, oh yeah, you serve tough. It's not that easy, because you can't serve easy balls. You gotta serve them where there's a chance they might go out, but the intent is to take the other team out of their offense, and that's what happened right now to the Ole Miss Rebels.
Talking about Missouri being on the NCAA bubble, here's what they have facing them. Auburn, Georgia, Arkansas. So this is the first of 4 straight on the road. Then South Carolina, Arkansas State, and then a big date with number 11 Florida in Columbia on November the 9th.
Well, they already played Florida, and they learned all about what the O-Dome is, which is an awfully tough place to win volleyball matches. I'm sure playing on their home court, they're going to play better, of course, but Florida has proven time and time again that they can win anywhere at any time.
Wayne Krecklow and his Tigers have made Ole Miss feel considerably more uncomfortable here in the third set. As you look at Molly Krecklow, Wayne Krecklow's niece, she was an all Big 12 honorable mention player a year ago, a preseason All-SEC selection this year, as Sarah Meister puts it in play.
That long, but doesn't matter.
Free ball now. Dug out by Kreklow. Meister. And that one just out.
Yeah, Henning just tried to do too much with that ball. It wasn't set that well, and what she should have done was just pop it deep and let her team come back and play defense. Just tried to get a bit too much out of that swing.
St. Laurent to serve. Ole Miss down 7 in the third set. Good dig. Morgan, well placed, but dug. Maybe a tough ball.
Wow.
Well played. Blocked. Staying with it. Meister's dig can't be returned. And Laporte sealed the deal on that point for Ole Miss, and an incredible save by Morgan.
I don't know how that ball stayed in play. I swear I don't know how. I thought there was no way, and Morgan not only found a way to make it stay in play, she made it playable for her team.
And this one is not coming back anytime soon.
No.
Lisa Henning leads the SEC in kills.
Yes.
And you're seeing her start to exert her influence. 12 kills so far tonight.
Well, that was an X play there where the outside hitter comes and swings behind the middle hitter. The middle hitter acts almost like runs a pick play, and it's very effective.
That's a double hit. Tigers still 5 points away from claiming the third set.
If the Reds are going to make a run at it, they've got to do it pretty quickly. And they bring Whitney Craven in, who's a serving specialist. Typically goes for certain serves of certain type that Joe Getson wants her to hit.
Number 1, Whitney Craven.
Craven, a senior from Louisville, Kentucky.
Another volleyball hotbed.
Well-placed shot. Makita Clare is one of the freshmen that Joe Getson has to be just thrilled about.
I don't know how this ball went over either, but that's just a great idea because she couldn't hit it. She couldn't gonna block it, so she just said, I gotta put it over somewhere and put it right in the middle of the defense. And there we see again the wicked right arm of one Lisa Henning, who that time just said, I don't get blocked in that situation. Just too good a hitter, and Missouri closing in on their first set win tonight. Another short serve.
That's been their strategy here in the third set. Wow.
Still alive.
That one bounced off a basketball backboard attached to the roof. Another kill for Henning.
From the back row that time, just a smart shot. Very well done by Henning. Got to give Missouri a lot of credit playing down off the basketball backboard that time. They found a way.
That one swept down, but saved. And then over the top, Clare again.
So now it's Ole Miss who's thinking about set number 4 because this one is probably gone. It's tough. It's not that they can't come back, but it's so hard to come back and rally score volleyball because right now all Missouri needs is 3 side outs, and this set's over.
Good dig by Veach. Morgan. You know, Phil, no matter what side you're rooting for, if you like fun, exciting volleyball,
you came to the right place. Morgan has just put so many balls away, and now it's time for Wayne Kreklow to say, I've seen how this story ends before, and I don't like it. He's reminding his team what got him this far in terms of tough serving and better blocking.
Morgan, who is limited to 9 kills in a 5-set loss to Georgia, has 11 putaways tonight.
Yes. And again, she's that kind of player that when her team really needs a ball to go down, the whole place knows the ball's going to Morgan, and she finds a way.
A reminder, more SEC volleyball, our next telecast next Sunday, October the 28th. Alabama will be in Rocky Top to take on the Lady Vols. First serve at 1 o'clock Eastern right here on Sports South. Check your local listings. Tennessee, how about a 3-0 win over A&M in College Station?
Having been there, that is not an easy place to play. I don't care what kind of team you are, so I give the Lady Vols a lot of credit for going into A&M and winning that 3-0.
What do you see, Phil, in this conference as far as parity and the RPI and where teams shake out?
Well, I really believe that the SEC is going to be in the situation to get at least 6 bids to the tournament. But, of course, you never know until the tournament's, picked how it's all going to shake out with the automatic bids. Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and A&M are in. Missouri, and you pointed out earlier, Missouri and Auburn right now kind of on the bubble, and probably each in need of a couple of big wins on the road. The losses that Missouri has had, most of them have been what I would call high-quality losses. They haven't lost many bad matches.
Morgan, dug out by Meister, and then put away by Claire again. Claire won 3 letters at Rich Central High School, holds that school's record for most kills. And Ole Miss not going gently here in the 3rd set.
Not at all, and they're starting to crawl back into this 3rd set, which that's a good reason that Wayne Krecklow called that timeout. As I said, he saw how this ended in set 1 and 2. Didn't like it so much.
Good change of pace. Emily Wilson.
Smart shot. Everyone waiting for the big hit that time. That time Wilson just went up, just topped it off the block and let it roll down the arm. Smartly done.
Well blocked, and Ole Miss isn't going to get this.
And now, for the first time, we've really seen consecutive big plays on the front of the net, blocking and hitting from the Tigers. So this is the Tiger team that I'm sure Wayne Krecklow believed coming into this match that he would be coaching.
Tigers have participated in 3 5-set matches this season. And that one out, so delaying what may be inevitable for Ole Miss. Still at set point. Rebels serving 19-24.
If you're Ole Miss, you can still cause a lot of problems right now for the Tigers. If you get a few points here, even if they're not going to lead to a set victory, it's still going to make the Tigers have to think. Wow.
And there it is. And there's the set. Molly Krecklow puts it away for Missouri. So the Tigers force a 4th set.
Very good, very well played point there, Pete, by both teams, but particularly you got the way that Ole Miss keeps the ball alive here. I didn't figure that ball was coming over, but then Krecklow smartly knows that she's probably going up against a bigger block and just finds the hands, let it roll down the net.
25-19, the 3rd set score in favor of the Tigers. We'll be back. Set number 4 from Ole Miss. It's loud.
Hi, Andy Welburn, president of Riverside Auto Group. Sure have been hearing a lot of promises coming from the TV commercials lately. Well, here's one promise you can count on. Riverside has been delivering unbeatable deals and excellent service for over 40 years. So when you're considering your next automobile purchase, we invite you to be part of the Riverside family. Whether it's Riverside Toyota, Riverside Chevrolet Cadillac, Riverside Hyundai, or Riverside Ford of Cedartown, or shopping us online at riversideautogroup.com. So come see why Riverside is where friends send their friends. Hi, Andy Welburn, president of Riverside Auto Group. Sure have been hearing a lot of promises coming from the TV commercials lately. Well, here's one promise you can count on. Riverside has been delivering unbeatable deals and excellent service for over 40 years. So when you're considering your next automobile purchase, we invite you to be part of the Riverside family. Whether it's Riverside Toyota, Riverside Chevrolet Cadillac, Riverside Hyundai, or Riverside Ford of Cedartown. Or shopping us online at riversideautogroup.com. So come see why Riverside is where friends send their friends.
Want more of the Fox Sports South girls? Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Missouri, a team that is currently on the NCAA tournament bubble, survives in set number 3, forces a fourth set, 25-19. And as Ole Miss has gone to some freshmen, so has Wayne Krecklow. Lydia Ely, a freshman from St. Louis, coming up big in the third set.
And again, it just gives you an idea of how much young talent there is here for Missouri, because the young players actually on both sides have come up big tonight for both Joe Getson from the Ole Miss, but especially in that third set. Lydia Ely really showed us what she's all about. And the stats here are really interesting in that now things are very, very close. It's not that Ole Miss is playing bad volleyball. It's just that this is Missouri volleyball more the way that they are probably used to playing. First and most important thing for Joe Getson to work on, if you're watching this and you're Ole Miss fan, is got to get his serve receive back in order, because it really had some problems there in set number 3.
With Phil Bush, I'm Pete Pranica. We move on to set number 4 here in Oxford, Mississippi. You look at Greek night here at Gillum Sports Center. Coming into this match, several factors. Number one, Ole Miss lost in straight sets in Columbia.
Yes.
They had not looked good recently, a 4-match losing streak. They had just won 3 sets in the previous 4 matches.
Wow.
They rely on 7 freshmen. This is a Missouri team that has been to the NCAA tournament 10 of the last 12 years. And if this were played on paper, Missouri probably would win in 3 or 4 sets. However, it is not played on paper. It's played on hardwood with a net.
That's right. Give you an idea, though, that third set, Missouri hit 552.
Philpott with the block.
And when you get blocks from your setter like that, especially starting out this set, that's really what you're looking for as a coach.
I thought Ole Miss did a great job of shadowing Lisa Henning the first couple of sets. Blocked her the first time, not that time.
Not that time. And, you know, that's why you get players who you all say, oh, well, she's a good hitter, she's a good hitter. No, she's a special player. And Henning is really that kind of player that puts a team like Missouri on her back and says, we're going to win this, and I'm going to make every important hit that counts.
Henning with 15 kills. Morgan blocked, follows it up. Henning, cross court. Morgan for Ole Miss. Blocked. Morgan digs. Tapped over by Philpott, but dug out by Meister. See if Ole Miss can get organized for a Morgan swing.
They do.
Dug out. Veach with a dig for the Rebs. And then pushed over by Laporte.
What a rally on both sides. Great defensive work, both. And Ty Laporte that time. If you're a freshman, you simply don't do things like this because you're not experienced enough. Someone forgot to tell Ty Laporte that she wasn't experienced enough to do that.
8 kills. Tough serve to the back line. Oh, what a block in the middle. Nikita Clare denying the Tigers in the middle of 3-1 now.
Waiting on. Lead. That ball was going to Henning, back row, and she was there, and Anderson's there, and waiting for that big block.
Wow, a 1v1 block, very impressive.
Yes.
Morgan, dug out. Dug out by St. Laurent. Morgan, big swing. 4-1, Ole Miss.
And this looks a whole lot more like set 1 than set 3. The Rebs back running their offense, moving the ball around, hitter to hitter, and then when you need a big swing, who do you call? You call Morgan.
Ole Miss 7-2, and they hit at least 200. They're at 339 at the moment, and a 4-1 lead. That one was touched by Ole Miss. It was headed out, but touched by the Rebels.
Yeah, Joe gets some questioning for a second, but... And Captain Philpott going over and saying, no, I didn't touch it, so who did? So Joe Getson got his point across. Not a big deal. You're going to have those kind of plays during a match.
Missouri down 2. Morgan, well blocked. And that is Missouri's game. A great blocking, great defensive team.
Yes, and you know, Wayne Krecklow told me, he said, you know, I didn't think, and that was a solo block by Krecklow that time. Krecklow, the setter, Krecklow, the uncle, that time said, I wasn't expecting us to be this good blocking team, but they just worked really hard at it and gotten good.
That's the Anderson and the Rebels. And the Philpott serve.
Service error by Whitney Little has Ole Miss up 5-3. Philpott with the serve. Dug out by Veach. Well struck from the outside, Emily Wilson. 6 kills for her, make it 7 now. And Missouri within 1. Wilson, a sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow.
An all-freshman selection in the Big 12 a year ago. Morgan, long.
Trying a little too hard that time was Morgan, just trying to do a bit too much with that ball. And that one not passed well. And Ole Miss changing their serve receive right now to try to adjust.
Ole Miss had a 2-1 lead on Georgia. Lost the 4th set 9-25 and lost the 5th set 10-15.
Man.
Trying to avoid a repeat of that heartbreak in Athens. Now trailing 6-5.
Nice try that time by Philpott, but unable to bring it up. And got to give Missouri a lot of credit. They've been fighting to try to start some momentum on their own, and they have here in set number 4.
Tigers 3-3 on the road. Morgan blocked but out. Right into the high hands of Emily Wilson, but out of play. Missouri lead is now 1 as Morgan, who leads the Rebels with 20 aces on the year, will serve. Morgan. And Missouri was not well organized on the block.
They tried to put a 3-man block up against that. I'm not quite sure what their thought was, because it didn't really look, you said it didn't look organized, and all 3 can go up, but you got to be able to know when the ball's coming at a lower pace and not make that mistake hitting-wise.
That one finds the floor.
Nicely struck by Missouri right on the line, and looks like we're going to be pretty much 1 point by 1 point for a while. Neither team really, after Missouri had that nice 5-0 run, the Rebels able to stop them, but it'll be interesting to see what happens now.
Service error. Well, and as we saw for the Tigers in set number 3, Ely come up big. Now Emily Wilson playing good volleyball for the Tigers here in set number 4.
Look for Veach to go for the short serve here, something she has really down.
Short serve returned by Ely and powered, but that was touched. Veach couldn't dig it, deflected it out, so a point to Missouri. Missouri did not have a lead in the first 2 sets. But they win the 3rd set 25-19 and lead here in the 4th 9-8. Meister keeps it in play. Veach is going to set this. And Moy, that's blocked.
But out.
Blocked and out, so we're even at 9. Saini Moy from Menlo Park, California. Menlo Atherton High School having easily the best match of her brief Rebel career. well blocked. Peltier was at the net.
Yeah, that ball may have needed to go right side because I think Missouri was kind of dialed in, waiting for that big hit. Great hit, great set, but they were camped out waiting. That ball probably needed to go behind the setter to get her hitter a one-on-one matchup.
Moy Moy. Handled by the Tigers. Veach digs. That one swept over. Well dug by the Tigers. And Missouri earns a point.
And they earn a point the hard way, too. They're playing defense and winning long rallies, which, frankly, should favor Ole Miss. But Missouri's showing they don't just block. They play pretty darn good defense, too.
Henning with a dig, her 11th. She's got a double-double, her 6th of the season. And that one is not coming back anytime soon. Powerful swing by Kara Morgan. Morgan now with 16 kills on the night. She leads the Rebels at more than 3 kills per set.
Dug up.
Veach with a dig and a sweeping lefty swing from Philpott to tie the score at 11.
What a swing. That was a power hit from Philpott here. Good pass by Veach. You think she's going to set, and she just turns and fires that ball into the deep corner. Nicely done.
And that one swept down. Philpott now on a nice little run offensively has given Ole Miss the lead at 12-11. Timeout, Missouri.
That's 2 in a row from Philpott, and not 2 in a row that the Missouri Tigers were looking to defend.
Philpott with her 7th kill of the night to go along with 14 digs. Still a lot of volleyball left in here in set number 4 as the Rebels try to close it out.
A vacation in South Walton isn't about what you take. It's what you take away and return to year after year. All the special times, the perfect moments, unforgettable places, and all the things you did that you never do anywhere else. Come find your perfect beach.
The Toyota Camry has never settled for second best. Its numbers have always stood out from the pack. And if you think it's better than the competition on paper, wait till you get it on the road. The one, the only, Toyota Camry. Redefining the class once again.
Right now, lease a new 2012 Camry for $199 a month for 24 months. Plus, your maintenance is covered with Toyota Care for 2 years.
Ole Miss has reclaimed the lead. When we talk about a complete volleyball player, Amanda Philpott has 7 double-doubles, but even more to the point, Phil Bush, she has 2 triple-doubles on the year.
Yeah, and there's the first one. She goes up that left hand at the center. That becomes your on hand. She fires that ball in the corner. And the very next play, she's going to set. She's going to set. No, I'm going to dump it over and find the floor.
A triple-double, kills, assists, digs. And the Rebels big at the net again.
And a big block that time by Ty Laporte. My, oh my. Is there anything this young lady can't do?
Laporte. Morgan. Dug out by Meister. And that's just pure power from Lisa Henning.
Yeah, you got to realize that with the Tigers struggling, they're going to go to their ace whenever they possibly can. Front row or back row. And you got to have 2 blockers up on her.
Henning up to 17 kills now. Tigers trail by 1. Good dig on the back line by Peltier.
Not going to come back. It's a bit of miscommunication there on the Tiger side. And let's see what Ty Laporte has in mind for her serve this time. And this serve, it's a hard one. It comes with a lot of pace and a lot of topspin.
Meister on the receive of serve. Meister keeps it alive again. Good dig. Morgan's dugout on the other end. An attempted dig by Laporte. That probably was still going to stay
I think it was
on the floor, so she had to at least give it a try.
And Ty Laporte has played a whale of a match so far. Front row, back row serving. She is really, really giving this Rebel team a lift.
Not well passed out of the back row.
Wow.
Henning. Nicely blocked by the Rebels. Change of pace. Philpott had a thought.
She had a thought and got a little greedy that time. It was not a bad thought because she's been so successful, so I can't really say she made a bad shot. She had a nice idea after the long rally, and I think this may have gone down if she'd have found that deep corner like she has.
Now a service error by Little. And Ole Miss, a 15-14 lead.
We are right there at that point in time. At point 15 is where coaches start to think, you know, where are we going to go? Can we get that last 10 points? And I'll be interested to see how Joe Getson and Wayne Kreck will approach this.
Philpott with the serve right down the line. That one dug and then tapped over. Henning.
Wow.
Dug out. Free ball for Veach. Henning again out of the middle. Dug by Philpott. Veach. Henning another dig. Strong swing by Wilson. Emily Wilson now. That should give her 10 kills on the night.
Another voice has been heard on the Tigers side, and again, the end of the day, you just figure the Tigers are going to have a lot of those kills. We just haven't seen as many as we might have expected.
Morgan's dug out by the Tigers. Veach has to go over with that one. Blocked. And the Rebels back in front, 16-15.
Nice dig in the back row. That's the pancake coming up. And then the ball coming over. And then just a stuff block in the middle.
Dig by Veach. Right side attack. Ashley Anderson has played very well tonight. Her 6th kill of the night. Senior from Southlake, Texas. A junior Olympian in 2008. And the Rebels a 2-point lead with Morgan on the jump serve.
Dug up again.
Now Morgan with a great dig. They'll go right side again, but have it sent back. Rejection by Peltier.
We haven't called her name that much tonight, interestingly enough. And I'm a little surprised at that. Not that she's not played well, just that I think that the offensive flow really has not gone her way. Short serve again.
Morgan. That one dug and in the crowd. Henning will get credit for her 18th kill of the night.
17 all. I expect if any team gets a 2-point run at this point, I figure either coach will call a timeout.
Jade Hayes, short serve. And that one put down. Ole Miss an 18-17 lead.
Veach, let's see if Veach goes for this short serve again. Tigers look like they're waiting for it.
There's the short serve. Beautifully blocked, but still dug up by Meister. The rally continues and is put to the floor by Ty Laporte.
That ball went down in a hurry.
Timeout, Missouri.
This ball just goes down. I mean, that wall went down about as fast as a volleyball can go down off an arm. It just doesn't go down any quicker, and sure enough, 2-point lead, timeout, Missouri, because I thought Wayne Krecklow said, I don't like the way this version of the story ends. I've been here, and I don't like what happens.
Lisa Henning, 18 kills tonight, her 6th double-double. She's had 14 digs as well. Right up there with the active kill leaders.
Yes.
We've seen Kayla Fitterer play. She is a fantastic player. Jasmine Norton at the top of the list along with Sarah Bullock. And she has put on a display tonight.
Well, like I said, you got Henning on this side taking the same role on the Ole Miss side that Kara Morgan has. When you need a kill, you go to your go-to hitter, and Morgan and Henning have put on a show tonight, and Henning really has been impressive, and the rest of her team, she's tried the best she can to keep them on her back.
She's been the kills leader for the Tigers in all but 2 matches this year, and has had 5 outings where she's recorded 20 or more. And Wayne Krecklow needs a 6th.
She needs it right now. He could really use it, because otherwise this doesn't end well for the Tigers, I think, and it's really interesting to see where we are right now.
Missouri has won 3 of their last 4. The only blemish, a loss at UT in 5 sets. The Rebels, meanwhile, have lost 4 in a row, and 5 of their last 6. Only a sweep of South Carolina on the winning side of the ledger. They haven't won in the month of October. They lead here in the 4th set. That dig goes all the way over.
Nice try. Philpott made a run at it. But again, back over. So a good timeout by Wayne Krecklow, stopping the momentum. But it's so close and so tight right now.
Again, it's the 1st to 25. It's rally score. Must win by 2. Meister with the serve. That one handled by Krecklow on the back line. Henning, dug by Veach. Middle attack, just long.
She missed
by
it
Kara Morgan.
And you can't fault Philpott for going to Morgan, because she's the go-to hitter. They needed a kill to put them up by 2 right there. Instead, we are tied at 19 all.
Meister with the serve for the Tigers. Oh! And that one finds some floor. Ty Laporte. The combination of elevation and arm speed on the swing, Phil, is very, very impressive.
And it's very, very difficult. You can't stop that. It's not that Missouri's not up. It's just that no one gets up that high on a regular basis. Wow.
Rebels only 2 victories in conference. South Carolina and Mississippi State. That's been it for them. Can't block that one.
No.
Henning.
That's a smart hit by Henning. That's what a smart hitter does, is they find a hand and you take something off the swing and find a way. And now we're at 20 apiece, 1st to 5 wins. Wow, what a set.
Peltier on the serve. Ole Miss won the first 2 sets, and that one down by Laporte.
And it's back to what got Ole Miss those first 2 sets. Their passing has been flawless here in set 4. And when their passing is flawless, they are a dangerous offensive team.
Laporte with 12 kills.
Dug up.
Got to go over.
I thought that was down.
I know. Philpott kept it in play. Morgan. Now it's out of play. Kara Morgan puts it to the floor.
I could have sworn the first swing was down, but great job. There's it up. A solo block. I thought that was down, but didn't matter.
Crafty tip shot by Henning.
Smart job. And that's why she's basically, she may not have been named yet, but she'll be an All-American before this season's over.
Credited with 21 kills. 21 kills and 14 digs, and now serving her team down 1, trying to stay alive and force a 5th set.
Kara Morgan, when you gotta have a kill, where do you go? Beautiful
Kara Morgan
shot.
with 17.
Wendy Craven back into serve. Dug up.
Missouri goes wide, blocked, pushed over, dug out. Morgan with the pushover. Wide swing, dug out by Craven. Morgan, change of pace. Match point, Ole Miss.
Unbelievable. Wow. That was a wild rally on both sides. And once again, you just figure Morgan's going to find a way.
Craven serves for the match.
Dug up.
It's down! And Ole Miss has pulled the upset in 4 sets.
I got to tell you, I never would have predicted it, and I give the Ole Miss Rebels a ton of credit, especially having lost that surge set. It's been really easy for them to kind of fall back into their old ways, but they showed what they did in 1 and 2 was not a fluke by winning the 4.
Ole Miss kicks off this 3-match homestand in style. Ty Laporte, our Regions Bank player of the game, as we look at match point as the Rebels get just their 3rd victory in conference, easily their biggest win of the season as they take down a team that has designs on getting back to the NCAA tournament in Missouri.
Absolutely.
Ty Laporte is your Regions player of the game. 13 kills in 28 attempts, hits .393. Also had a couple of digs and a couple of blocks.
She played an amazing game because she made high contact on everything she hit. And I don't think that the Tigers really thought that was coming at all during the course of the match. And she just kept bringing, especially on the right side attacks. That's what really started this whole thing off. And she just kept coming.
The freshman from Irmo, South Carolina, your Regions player of the game, accepting congratulations from the fans. We shall return to Oxford and wrap up a 4-set Ole Miss upset victory over Missouri after this timeout.
Your world revolves around your team. Your team. You've got the jerseys, you've got the big foam finger, and you bleed those colors. Not literally, but if you could, you would. Once you even listen to a game on headphones during a wedding. Your wedding. You wake up every day hungry for another win and ready to accept a loss with dignity, grace, and crying that seldom lasts more than a day or 2. Top.
Ole Miss pulls the upset on Missouri in 4 sets, winning the 4th set 25-21. A set, Phil Bush, that was very tightly contested. In our Regions Bank play of the game, Ole Miss clinging to a 21-20 lead.
Yeah, and it just went back and forth, and it's really both not a poor contact in any of these contacts on either side. It's just that Ole Miss seemed to, at that point, want it more and made one more critical kill by none other than Kara Morgan.
Kara Morgan with 19 kills to lead the Rebels, and that our Regions Bank play of the game as Ole Miss goes on to win it in 4 sets. Phil, like I said, this is why you play the game. On paper, Missouri, the better team, but Ole Miss came out, played inspired volleyball tonight.
They played, and you know, having done matches here for a number of years, they just play much better than their record indicates in this building. And tonight, boy, you saw it. And even the set that they lost, they were right in that set all the way to the end. But I got to give Joe Getson and his staff a tremendous amount of credit for working on things during the course of the last couple of weeks and really getting this team ready for this match. And boy, Ole Miss really, really showed us all something tonight.
They did indeed. Well, tonight's telecast produced by Eric Barnhart. It was directed by John Tackett. For Phil Bush and the rest of our great crew here in Oxford, I'm Pete Pranica. Thanks so much for watching. Ole Miss upsets Missouri in 4 sets. We thank you for watching SEC Volleyball on Sports South. A reminder, our next telecast comes your way next Sunday, October the 28th. The Crimson Tide of Alabama will take on the Lady Vols at 1 o'clock Eastern here on Sports South. Thanks for watching, and good night from Oxford.
The wheels of progress haven't been very active lately. But because of business people like you, things are beginning to get rolling. And Regions is here to help, making it easier with the expertise and service to keep those wheels turning. From business loans to cash management, we want to be your partner moving forward. So switch to Regions, and let's get going together.
Hey, this is Brittany, and you're watching Sports South.
That they lose 4 games before November. Yeah, not good. All right, he's Kevin Carter. I'm Dari.